everybody. This is a whole lot of planners right here, right? This is not how many planners I use. This is just to get you guys excited. Did it work? Let me know. Did it work? Who's excited to be here? I'm excited to be here. So I get this question all the time because I use multiple planners. So the question I wanted to address today, you can see by the title, is what do I do when I have too many planners? And the long story short is no planners were hurt in the making of this video. That's not one that I use. Don't worry. It's a happy notes. It's fine. It landed down, so it's fine. It's like I planned that. It's like I planned how to do that. Anyway, realistically, you can just take one out. You can do that. That is kind of what I was trying to show you. I would not say like, okay, I have to put some of these away, you guys. I have to set them on the ground because this is just too much. There are too many planners. What do I do with too many planners? So realistically, you can just take one or two or something out if it's not working for you. I always say that when your planner system isn't working for you, it's time to change it up. I do know also though that I come from a 100% place of privilege, and sometimes people, have this great system that they set up and they have bought all of these planners and intended to use them. And there are some elements that go along with this from what I've seen. So some people get very attached to them. Some people are like, well, I really like using this, but I find that I'm more disorganized than organized. I find that I'm spending more time actually like planning and like doing the plans than actually doing the things. Or I find that some people are like, well, this one's really pretty, so I don't want to get rid of it. Or it'll be more of like a budget thing. Like I paid a lot of money for these, and so I don't want them to go to waste. So those are the things that I have found. And I would say if it's an issue of too many planners and you want to make sure that you keep them and that they're still special to you, or that you're getting your money's worth out of them, I would say just take them out of your lineup. Set them to the side for like a week. So take them out of your lineup and see if after a week, if you're still missing them, add it back, because then you can back plan if you really want to. If you're someone like me that's like a completionist and you have to have every spread filled in your planner, or you feel like your planner is incomplete, you can always go back and redecorate 1 week. But if you find that your life is easier or more organized, or that you're benefiting more, then set that planner to the side and you can always do something else with it. You can always redecorate it. You could take the dividers out and frame them if they really are that pretty and you just want to have it. You could give it to one of your kiddos and have it just be a fun planner for them. Let them color in it and let them, do something with it. Or you could even give it to a friend if you are not into it, or you want to bring somebody, bring more people to the planner community. You can definitely do that too. First things first, I'm getting a little bit excited, a little bit ahead of myself. I tend to talk a little bit fast, so I gotta take a breath and slow down. The first thing you need to do is you need to evaluate your system, and you need to look at your planners and see, are you more productive with this number of planners, or are you less productive? Are you stressed about filling in your planners, or are they adding to your life and making you either a more organized human, a happier human, somebody who is excited about life, or do you just feel stressed that like you're not going to get to take a picture for Instagram? Like, I don't know. I don't really know how to say this exactly, but evaluate your system and look through each one of your planners. Did you plan a spread every week in all of them? Are there things that you could take from one of your planners and merge with another one? So for example, if I really, really wanted to, and I wanted to try this, my social media, my wellness, and my catch-all could really be scrunched all into one. I would not have as much space to decorate, which is something that makes me happy, which is why I like to keep those separate, but I definitely could do that. And I could even have my catch-all as my on the go. I could just have this one planner for everything in my life that is not my teacher stuff, and then also have a teacher planner. I could totally do that, but that system doesn't work for me, and I know that for certain. But when you're thinking about taking something out of your planner lineup, or dropping down a planner, something you can also do is you can try putting them together in one book. I find that using multiple planners, so like having to go into this one and then go into this one and then go into this one, which I use these guys, but these are kind of like you know, not everyday planners, but finding like having to go into several different books is really challenging for me. But if I have, for example, in my Franken planner right here, this is one planner that I for sure use. I have my catch-all planner in here. I have budget stuff right in here. I have meal plans. I have, you know, my social media stuff. I have my wellness stuff. I have a journal in here, but that is the beauty also of the Happy Planner is that you can take all of those different books and just pare it right down into one. So that is something that has worked really well for me to put all of the planners that I want to use just in one book. So that's something you can also do if you have found out that you are feeling like you use more than one planner and it's becoming too much for you. So you could definitely do that. Something you could also do is take a look at your why. So why are you using all of these planners in the first place? Like this is kind of like, what are you using them for? But like, why are you using them? Are you using them because you saw an influencer who had 8 planners and then you got really excited? Are you using them because you saw that Happy Planner had these brand new beautiful designs and you kind of got caught up and bought all of these planners and now you want to use them? Like what's your why for using them? Are they really helping again, or are they becoming more stressful? And I just want to stress this, that it is always okay to change your lineup. I know that some people, and I mean, you guys know, I just set up another planner yesterday because I wanted to try out a daily. So you guys know that I am a firm believer if something isn't working, or even if you want to try something, like just to try it. I am not someone that feels like I need to have a whole completed planner at the end of the year. Like that would be nice to have that, but I don't know if I'm ever going to have that. And I think that that's okay. But if that's something that's really important to you, figure out which one of your planners or 2 or 3 or however many you feel like you need to use are the most important and keep those. Also, there are a lot of really great minimalist planner channels, and sometimes it'll be like a minimalist like aesthetic, but sometimes there is like a minimalist planner and they really show you like how to stay on track with that kind of stuff. And I feel like sometimes that is a really good approach. I like to buy planners and I like to try out new things. That doesn't mean that I keep a ton of planners around that aren't working for me. I will say that this one was kind of a stretch for me. I kind of tried to figure out how I was going to use it. I had never done like an affirmations planner before or anything like that. But now that I'm in this and I'm writing down my daily affirmations and that kind of thing, I actually really like it. So, trying to either add things in or take them out, like always give it a try. So just to kind of recap, figure out what planners you're using and what you're using them for, and then just kind of evaluate that system and see, is there anything I can combine? Is there anything that I don't actually need to be writing down? Am I writing this down just to write it, or is it actually serving me in some way? Also, like on that note, like don't drop something just because it's non-essential, like functional wise. Sometimes things can be essential to us. So I'm thinking things like journals and memory keepers and things that are on the more creative end of planning that make you feel really excited. Maybe those are the things that keep you motivated to be in like your catch-all planner. Maybe your journal and your memory keeper keep you motivated, but maybe like your on-the-go planner doesn't get written in because it's the same stuff you write in your classic planner. Like, I don't know, man. Or maybe like you have a notebook that you just like carry around and don't write in. I don't know. But don't think that the things that you need to drop are your creative things either. I feel like those, so here's the order in which I've seen things get dropped out of people's lineups. First, it's the creative things. So a lot of people will just stop doing their memory keeping, and then it will be their wellness. And then so the really stressful things then get to stay. So their catch-all planner, their work planner, their on-the-go planner, their maybe a social media if they're doing social media. So all these things that have lots of tasks get to stay in the lineup because those are like the essential things, but then they'll end up dropping or not using the things that are creative that make them the most excited about planning. So that's what I'm talking about evaluate your system. Don't necessarily like drop something just because it's one of the more creative things. Make sure that if you're dropping a planner, you are dropping it for a purpose. So again, make sure that it's going to serve you. Make sure that you're evaluating your system. Ask yourself why you're using these planners and really kind of get down to the nitty-gritty. I like to try different ways of setting up my planners, ways of setting up my lineup, and that's just me. But don't ever feel like because you've watched, you know, influencers or content creators set up 8 planners that means you need to have 8 planners. Sometimes people are using those planners to show product because they represent a brand. Also, keep those things kind of in the back of your mind. I use a ton of planners because I like using planners and I like writing stuff down, but some people, I don't know, there is sometimes like an authenticity element to it. So make sure that you are using the right amount of planners for you, and that you are, you know, that you're rocking your system and that it is working for you, because I would hate for anyone to be sitting down making plans more than getting out and being productive or being their most creative self. So that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you liked it. I really liked making it for you. So thanks again for watching. If you're new here, hi, my name is Caitlin, and I would absolutely love it if you would hit that red subscribe button down below. And if you are one of my current followers, thank you so much for all of your love and support. If you are subscribed, make sure that you have that notification bell turned on as well. YouTube will sometimes notify subscribers that I have new videos out, but sometimes won't. And if you would like to know every time I have a new video, you should go ahead and ring that bell. You can also find me over on Instagram, and make sure that you're listening to all of the old episodes of the Spice Chaos podcast. We are currently on a break, but go ahead and binge all of those old episodes if you haven't heard us yet. Now is a great time to start and to get caught up while we're not making new content. So check that out over there. And then if you'd like to use any of my affiliate links or coupon codes, down in the description box below is where you can find links to all of that stuff. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.